makes the world go round, the world go round.
8:23 back here on the show. Yes, let's talk about money. What is keeping you from the money you want? Dr. Dain Heer is joining us to share some of the advice. And here's the book, Being You, Changing the World. Look at those eyes. Those are trusting eyes right there,
See
Dain.
what I'm saying? Exactly.
Starts
if you
with the
can't
eyes.
trust those eyes, where can you go in this world?
You've done a lot of work in this field, and you're going to share some tips. It's a very personal issue for many, and let's talk about money and the importance of just setting targets and having purpose with the money.
Yeah. Well, basically, the thing is, we don't often realize what we're using the money for. And the thing is, money doesn't mean anything to us. You know, it's pretty bills, and your money here is a lot prettier than that in the U.S., but it still doesn't mean anything. It's like these pieces of paper. But if you actually get clear on what you'd like it for, you know, like let's say you'd like to send your kids to college, that is something you can shoot for, and then the money actually starts showing up with a lot more ease. So that's one of the pieces of it. And then one of the other things you want to look at is money actually follows joy. It's not the other way around. A lot of people think, hey, when I get all the money I want, you know, I'll finally be happy. What I found in working with thousands of people around the world is it's always the opposite. Once you go, hey, you know what, I'm going to be happy no matter how much money I have, money's like, hey, I want to come to your party. You know, it's like if somebody were going to invite you to a party and they're like, hey, I'm going to be unhappy, I'm going to be in total judgment, I'm going to feel bad all the time, do you want to go? You know, like, of course not. Same thing with money. When you're happy, it starts to flow because there's this flow of receiving, which is what it's really all about.
So this idea of following joy, I think is an important principle here. So what do you suggest to anybody at home saying, okay, I'm going to go this way, for the goal setting, for that starting point to establish? What's the advice there?
What I'd say is write down the top 5 things that you love. Like, what makes you happy when you do it? Now, here's the other key, is do it at least once a day. Like, take a half an hour a day to do something that actually makes you happy, that actually brings you joy. Even if it's when you're drinking your morning coffee, you're like, dude, I'm choosing this coffee. It's mine right now. This is my half an hour to have this me time. And you'll start to actually get to this place in your world where you start to get what makes you happy, and when you follow that, the money shows up.
And you have methods and principles where you're breaking down percentages and having a bit of a game plan, and you're saying the 10% rule. Tell us what that is.
This is a huge one. This will change a money situation within months for people. Take 10% of every dime that comes in and put it away as an honoring of you. Now, you can keep it in cash, you know, throw it on the mattress and roll around on it if you want.
Is that what you do at your seminars?
No. No, but it's a cool idea. I know. Like, what I meant was yes. That's exactly what we do. Yeah. You should see it. It's crazy.
That's a value add right there.
Right there. But the thing, what happens is, what most people are not used to is actually having money. So what happens is you put this 10% away as an honoring of you. What you're doing is you're going, you know what, I'm into having money. What most people do is they're looking at paying their bills. They put all their focus on that, and what happens, you get more bills. When you put focus on actually having money, you get more money. And then the other thing that happens, which is an interesting side note, is most of us, in fact, everybody I've ever worked with, has an amount in their head that if they had that amount in tangible cash, all of their attention comes off of money. It stops being a significance, and then it gets easy to have it show up.
So how do you break down the other 90% then?
The other 90%, well, obviously you have living expenses, etc., right? But the other thing that you want to do, I mean, so you take those into account, but you also want to look at, you know what, if I were creating the future I would like, how much money would that take? And you actually look at it, and then also you want to go, okay, if I were actually using my money to create more joy, to create more happiness for me and the people that I love and care about, what would I do with it? And that's where you want to start looking to put the resources that you have available, you know, the other 90%.
We're only scratching the surface of the ideas behind this book. Again, Being You, Changing the World, and you've got a seminar tonight, Holiday Inn downtown. If you want to check this man out, we'll put those details up on our Facebook page, and there you see them, 7 p.m., and hopefully he's rolling around in all kinds of money to inspire you too. Come play. Best tagline for that one. Dain, great to meet you.
Thanks, Raz. You too.
Thanks for the philosophies. Great lessons to be learned on this topic. Top news stories coming up. Ukraine breakthrough. Jody will have more next right here on Breakfast Television.